It's Madden NFL 23, and the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall, who's really putting up incredible numbers all season. 11 interceptions so far. It's the Barons and the Patriots, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the New England Patriots and the Brooklyn Barons. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Brooklyn ball club. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Patriots now on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot.
Jones wants to throw to start things out here. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 7 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Throwing Jones. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Carl Lawson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Patriots send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out in the opening drive of the game. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one. 36 yards on punt with no return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU and Zach Wilson.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Now Carter to start the drive. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Second down, Wilson. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
This is Wilson on the jet sweep.
And he will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Carter will try the right side.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson.
He'll drop this underneath to Carter.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the 1st. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Fields it right around the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting room.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Haynes, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up
On the counter, Carter. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
That's complete to Troutman right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson.
Open man is the tight end, Troutman.
Here's Wilson. And a little floater there is incomplete. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
leads to 2nd and goal.
To throw is Wilson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. Here's Wilson to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Gay on fourth field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through, and that will make it 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Well, the Patriot offense back out, getting set to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
It's now 7-10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's going the other way. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
There's what Carter did in last week's effort. 24 carries, 109 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. Gay's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the fumble recovery had him set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Here's Jones throwing on 1st down. He completes it to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. On 2nd down, this is Harris.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
18 big yards on that one, and a New England 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll run again with Harris. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Harris running straight ahead. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
On the give, this is Harris. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Cooper is going to remain in the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Offense returns to the field. There's the running back, the bruiser from Alabama, Damian Harris.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now Jones on 1st down. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 16-0. That's the score after one on EA Sports. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
This offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now Wilson on first down.
Throw left side complete to Troutman. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They go play action now. Wilson. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker, because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Damian Harris to the Patriot offense, ready to take over again.
He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he is going to be stuck cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They hand this off to Harris.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll go down at the 28.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The block in the back. Offense.
Isaiah Wynn with a penalty. The former first-round pick back in 2018. Harris. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get it, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Tucker's kick is good, and they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll start on the ground. Carter. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
On first down, right back to Carter. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They'll go again with Carter.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up. Now Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He's crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Running back Damian Harris, and the Patriots ready to go on the next drive here.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to, just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though.
First down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about a 14.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Back to throw. Jones. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On third down, here's Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. 2nd and 5 now. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
Those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
On 1st down, Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Carter.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Wilson's pass complete to Adam Troutman. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Wilson now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Jones now throwing to start the drive. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Jones. That's complete to DK Metcalf.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And got his man complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Back to throw again. And he's got his man on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Throwing Jones. Touchdown, Patriots.
DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And it's up. This is good, and it makes it a 16-10 game now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And just inside of a minute left, Charles, they got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
On 3rd down, here's Carter.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson.
He'll drop that down to Carter underneath. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Patriots are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He's going to look downfield for Henry.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start with a little East versus West in the AFC, and it's the LA Chargers heading east to take on Buffalo, and it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Colts as that one's gone to halftime. Brandon Cooks, a touchdown catch in that first half. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats for New England in that first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, on the other side, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Now Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And here's another carry for Harris. Able to spin free. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Jones on 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jones, and that will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Wilson's pass intended for...
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. So the Patriots coming out now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And this returnable for Harris.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Pats will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
New England's offense set to go. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Here's Jones to throw on third down.
And they get Jones for the third time in this ballgame. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
And that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. Also, you're here in defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
Oh, good move. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run again with Harris.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. On second down, this is Harris.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Looking to throw. Jones.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
The Patriots send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So,
and now off to the races down the right side.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field.
A give up the middle to Carter.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson under pressure, and he will go down. and sacked back at the 38.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Here's Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to...
He's got a man complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40.
A big play there for New England. 41 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Down to the 22-yard line. 6 yards left on 2nd down.
Now a give, running left is Harris.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And power running here down to the 6-yard line.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown! From 6 yards away.
And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there, tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This fielded right at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You've got to know when to pull up,
Automatic
or if you're
first
going
down.
to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
Carter will try the right side.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
79 yards rushing here for Carter and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On first and 10, it's Carter.
A gain of 3, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 17-yard line.
Another tote for Carter.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Carter straight ahead.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They go play action here on 1st down. On the move to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
On the give, this is Harris. 116 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On 2nd down and 4. Jones over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles and really scatter some people, can't they?
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones, left side here, taken in by Metcalf.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
He's at the 40, the 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
This is almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And now they are in prime position, 1st and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. They'll run with Carter. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Play action. Now Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Barons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
On the return is Cooper from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee, because we all know they've relished a chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
They hand this off to Harris.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. .40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
A handoff for Carter.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. It's Haynes. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. There's Wilson to throw. Looking left side. That's caught by Moore.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drip back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's a give to Carter. Juwan Bentley there to get him down.
On 2nd down, it's Haynes. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And a short gain here down to the 22. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Carter once more.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
3rd and 2, now Wilson.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the home team here, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for New England, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.